Imagine a creature that can live forever, not just for a long time like a giant tortoise, but actually forever. This sounds like something from a comic book, but it is real. Deep in the ocean lives a tiny animal. It is called the immortal jellyfish, or Turritopsis dohrnii. It is no bigger than your pinky nail. For years, scientists knew it was special. But in 2022, a team in Spain made a big discovery. They figured out how this jellyfish cheats death. It does not just get old. When it is in trouble, it does something amazing. It gets younger. This tiny jellyfish has a superpower. It can turn back time on its own body. Think about most animals. They are born, they grow up, they get old, and then they die. That is the normal circle of life. But the immortal jellyfish can break this circle. When it gets hurt or when it cannot find food, it does not give up. Instead, it starts a process that seems impossible. It reverses its own life cycle. It goes from being a grown-up jellyfish called a medusa back to being a baby. This is like a butterfly turning back into a caterpillar. The baby stage of a jellyfish is called a polyp. It looks like a small stalk that sticks to a rock or a shell on the ocean floor. When the adult immortal jellyfish decides to become young again, its body begins to change. Its bell, the round top part, and its tentacles start to shrink. They fold inward. The whole animal turns into a little blob. This blob then settles down and grows into a new polyp. From this single polyp, a whole new colony of jellyfish can sprout. It is a fresh start over and over again. This amazing discovery did not happen overnight. Scientists had to watch these creatures very carefully in the lab. One researcher, Shin Kubota from Japan, had an incredible experience. He kept one group of these jellyfish for years. He watched one single jellyfish reverse its age not once, not twice, but 11 times in a row. Each time it became a polyp, it would grow back into a healthy adult. It was as if it was hitting a reset button on its life, ready to start all over again without any problems. This showed that the process was not a one-time fluke. It was a repeatable, natural skill. So, how does this tiny animal perform such a magical trick? The secret is a special process. It is a long word, but the idea is simple. It is called transdifferentiation. Think of your body. You have skin cells, muscle cells, and nerve cells. Each cell has a specific job. A skin cell cannot suddenly decide to become a muscle cell. They are locked into their roles, but the immortal jellyfish is different. Its cells are not locked in. They can change their jobs. This is the key to its immortality. When the jellyfish is stressed, it sends a signal to its cells. Time to start over. The cells listen. An adult jellyfish has specialized cells, like cells for its bell and cells for its tentacles. During transdifferentiation, these specialized cells transform. They go back to being a more basic type of cell, like a stem cell. A stem cell is like a brand new building block. It does not have a job yet. It can become any type of cell the body needs. This is nature's ultimate Ctrl+Z. It's like erasing a mistake and starting with a blank page. Once the cells have reverted to this basic state, they can start building a new body, but they do not build an old body, they build a young one. They form a polyp, the earliest stage of jellyfish life. This is not just healing, it is a complete do-over. The jellyfish does not just repair a broken tentacle, it rebuilds its entire self from the ground up, returning to its infant form. It keeps all of its genetic information, but it gets a brand new, young body. This process allows it to escape the problems of old age or injury completely. This ability makes the immortal jellyfish unique in the animal kingdom. While some animals, like salamanders, can regrow a lost tail, none can reverse their entire life cycle like Turritopsis dohrnii. The jellyfish is not just patching up damage, it is hitting a factory reset on its whole existence. This is why it is called immortal. It is not immortal because it cannot be killed. A fish can still eat it, but it is immortal because it cannot die of old age. It can simply choose to be young again whenever life gets too hard. The scientists in Spain wanted to know exactly how this worked. They compared the immortal jellyfish to a close relative, the crimson jellyfish. The crimson jellyfish cannot reverse its age. It lives and dies like most other creatures. By comparing their DNA, the scientists found the immortal jellyfish's secrets. They discovered that Turritopsis dohrnii has extra copies of certain genes. These are special instructions in its DNA that are all about repair and protection. It is like having a superpowered toolbox for fixing your body. These extra genes do very important jobs. Some of them are experts at repairing damaged DNA. As animals get older, their DNA can get tiny errors, like typos in a book. These errors can lead to aging and disease. The immortal jellyfish has powerful tools to find and fix these typos, keeping its genetic code clean and perfect. Other genes help protect the ends of its chromosomes, which are called telomeres. In humans, telomeres get shorter as we age. The jellyfish has ways to keep its telomeres long and healthy, which is a key to staying young. This genetic advantage allows the jellyfish to control the process of transdifferentiation perfectly. It is not a random or messy event. It is a carefully controlled biological program. The jellyfish can activate these special genes when it is in danger. These genes then guide the cells to change their function and begin the journey back to youth. It is a beautiful and precise dance of biology, written into the jellyfish's very code. The discovery of these genes was a huge step forward. It told us that this superpower is not magic, it is science. However, there is a catch. All of these amazing age-reversing tricks have only been seen in a laboratory. In the wild, life is much more dangerous for a tiny jellyfish. It cannot control the ocean. It can get eaten by a bigger fish. It can get sick from pollution. It can get washed ashore. So even though it has the power to live forever, it probably does not. Its immortality is biological, not practical. It can escape death from old age, but it cannot escape all the other dangers of the deep blue sea. The story of the immortal jellyfish is not just a cool fact about nature, it could be very important for people. Scientists are studying its genes with great excitement. They are not trying to make humans live forever, but they do want to learn from the jellyfish's tricks. Imagine if we could use its secrets to help our own bodies. This research could lead to big changes in medicine. It could help us understand how to fight diseases that are linked to getting older, like heart disease or Alzheimer's. One of the most exciting ideas is regenerative medicine. This is the science of regrowing or repairing damaged parts of the body. The jellyfish is the master of regeneration. It regenerates its entire self. If we can learn how its cells change jobs, maybe we can teach our own cells to do something similar. For example, could we one day convince damaged heart cells to repair themselves after a heart attack? Or could we grow new healthy organs in a lab to replace sick ones? The jellyfish shows us that it is possible in nature. Of course, this brings up big questions. If we could slow down or stop human aging, should we? This is a serious ethical question. It is one thing to cure diseases and help people live healthier lives. It is another thing to try to stop the natural process of life and death. These are conversations we will need to have as science moves forward. The goal is not to become immortal like the jellyfish, but to live better, healthier lives for as long as we can. The jellyfish is our teacher, not our final destination. For now, the immortal jellyfish remains a beautiful mystery. We have learned so much, but there is still more to discover. How does it decide when to reverse its age? What are all the signals involved? Science is a journey of asking questions, and this tiny creature has given us some of the most amazing questions to ask. Here is one last wow fact to think about. Because it can clone itself endlessly from its polyp form, it is possible that the descendants of a single jellyfish from thousands of years ago are still alive today, scattered across the world's oceans, a truly timeless wonder.